Hello and welcome back to the most exclusive club on the internet. I am Terry and this is Royson.
Hello.
And we have some stories for you today. He found them. I have no idea what's there. He tells me something like relationships, something like cheating. I don't know. So something like that.
That's completely wrong. Anyway, so the first story is from Am I Overreacting? And the title is
I think you're over.
I quit. The title is I think my girlfriend might be cheating on me through her Dungeons and Dragons game. Very
She
ominous.
Probably is.
Yeah. Dungeons and Dragons
honest.
only for cheating.
She probably.
There's nothing else to do.
Dungeons and Dragons is just a very elaborate dating sim.
If you're playing Baldur's Gate, then yes, it is.
Actually, yes. No one can take my Asterion from me.
I made this post. Okay, anyway. I, 27 male, have been going out with my girlfriend, 25 female, for almost 4 years. And we've been living together for a few months. She's funny and wonderful and kind, and honestly pretty much everything I ever wanted in a girl. She's also a bit of a D&D type nerd, which I don't think is a bad thing. It's good that she has her own friends and hobbies. She tried getting me into it, but I don't really get it. She tried teaching me about D&D, but there were just too many weird rules and dice. And I just didn't see the fun in it.
Sorry, I reacted like, she doesn't like D&D. I don't like D&D. What am I talking about?
Yeah, you like virtual D&D basically. Oh, which is funny. They bring
I
it
like
up.
the idea. I don't like actually playing.
We tried Baldur's Gate 3 together, thinking it would be easier to get into for me and for me to experience her world in a way. But I got really bored really fast. And at that point, it was just better to let her do her own thing.
Wait, she played Baldur's Gate 3. No. He still got bored.
He wasn't liking Baldur's Gate.
Well, that's fair because Baldur's Gate is basically D&D.
Yeah. And also,
but you don't get as many choices.
There's
as
potential
real
if
life.
he's not into video game type stuff or strategy type stuff. Then that's another reason he's not going to like it.
If you don't like video games at all, Baldur's Gate is not for you.
Yeah. So who knows? But yeah, either way, he was cool with it. Just wanted to let her do her own thing. We've got plenty of other stuff we do together. And as I said, it's not a big deal for her to have hobbies that don't include me. And she does love her hobby. She gets very excited about her weekly games and sometimes tells me about the epic adventures that go on, which admittedly sounds pretty fun secondhand, but it's really not for me. We live in a 2-bedroom apartment, so we have a bedroom and a home office we share, where our laptops are. Her D&D games are online and usually happen in the evening, so I just hang out in the living room or go out when she plays to not intrude. But a few weeks ago, I noticed that she locks the door when she plays. I thought it was a little weird because why would you lock the door to play D&D? And it didn't sit right with me. So I did what I now think might have been very sad and pathetic, but I genuinely didn't know what else to do. The last few weeks when she had her game, I sat out in the hall by the door and listened. She uses headphones, so I could only hear her side of the game, and at first it was just some stuff about rolling dice, joking around with her friends, and spells doing whatever, but I kept at it. I sat there for 4 hours last week and over 2 hours this week, but eventually I heard it. She was talking with another person, and it was really romantic. It was tender and very emotional. She legit said something like, "You know I love you, so I want to help you save your family," or something like that in a clearly romantic way. It went like that, like a clearly emotional discussion with a romantic partner that lasted a solid 15 minutes. Then it went back to other stuff, but by that point it didn't matter.
That doesn't sound romantic to me at all.
I mean, apparently if it sounds romantic it's still LARPing, right?
I love you.
Well,
I want to help you save your family.
I mean, apparently she was saying stuff for 15 minutes. So, yeah, he was listening for 15 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Which is still like a thing, right? It is a thing for people to do that when they're like purposely like LARPing. Like, I guess in the way of they play D&D for the like storytelling and that type of stuff. And so they'll get into this relationships and stuff like that.
Well, they have like their muse or whatever.
Yeah.
And or their alter ego.
Yeah.
And they'll pretend to be somebody else.
Exactly. So like it makes sense that this could happen. Of course.
Nerds. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, for real. No.
I know a lot of people do that actually.
I mean, we are nerds, but we're happy about it, I guess.
No, I know a lot of people that actually play like this.
Yeah. That's one of
Not necessarily just D&D, but like also cosplay, that kind of thing.
Yeah, because I would say that's one of my things about D&D is like I like more the strategy stuff, and so when it comes to the acting stuff, I haven't been in very many groups where that's been the focus, so that's why this is still kind of new to me too.
That would be overwhelming for me. I don't really like doing that. I have a hard enough time in my own skin, much less trying to be somebody else.
I mean, maybe for some people that's why being someone.
Yeah, some people, like a lot of autistic people, they love theater, for example.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I was really upset and went back to the living room, and when she came out after a session, I confronted her. I told her I heard her talking and telling some guy how much she loved him and how he was the only one who ever got through to her or something, so she would do anything for him. She said I was taking it out of context and that I was just pretend and playing a character, but I told her it didn't matter. This wasn't some video game where her character was speaking written lines to another character with written lines who wasn't real. She herself was saying sweet, loving, romantic things to another real person, and it hurt to hear. It felt like cheating. Sorry, I wanted to finish the phrase, but what were you saying?
I don't remember.
Just like the fact that it does matter.
Context matters.
Mm-hmm. She said it wasn't cheating and her character wasn't her. She just did it for the drama and thought being romantically invested made her character better. She also said that me sitting outside to listen in on her game was a violation of her privacy and showed that I didn't trust her, which was why she felt like she needed to lock the door in the first place. I apologized for that, but at the same time, I said that me being wrong to eavesdrop doesn't justify what she did, to which she said that she didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, she didn't do anything.
It was just what the game was, and it was just a game. But that made me feel even worse.
Have him come sit on a session.
I mean, I think that's the other thing of like the need to lock the door.
Yeah, well,
and like never explain this part of it.
It sounds, the way she's responding to him kind of sounds like they've been down this road.
Maybe, yeah.
And she loves it so much. I'm sure she explained a lot of that to him before.
Yeah, and he feels uncomfortable with it. It's literally like acting in a way. Like you see someone act.
It's shit. What's the?
It's like 1-to-1. Like if you saw someone playing. Something
what's the word? People take lessons for this.
The one where you on spot make up stuff.
Yeah, I can't think of the word.
I don't know why I can't either.
I can't think of that word.
Well, if we forget the word, we'll have it flashing on the screen probably.
Improv.
There you go. Yeah.
It's just improv. It's improvisation role play.
Yeah.
Like that's all it is. Like calm down, sir. And here's like the thing is if he has a problem with it, he can sit in on a session once or twice and really understand that it's not that big of a deal. But the other thing is, it sounds like he's been starting to get pushy, and that's why she started locking the door, because he probably comes in and like stalks her and does weird stuff. Not stalks, but you know what I mean. Like probably just checks on her. Being
invasive in a weird,
and she felt like uncomfortable, so she's like, "I'm just gonna lock the door because I need me time, and he's not respecting this." That's just what I imagine.
There's something I just caught later that you'll know what I mean when I get there. Maybe I'm being whiny or misreading it, but she's the first person I was ever really vulnerable with like that. And the way she spoke to me when she told me how much she loved me, it was just so similar to the way she spoke as her character that it made me feel uncomfortable. That's kind of fair. It made me feel like something that was only mine and only for me was just given to someone else for a game. It felt like it cheapened it. Was she faking it with me? Was she genuinely feeling it for that other person? I don't know what exactly it is that's bothering me, because technically she's not wrong. But I don't care if she's technically not cheating. I just feel like there are certain sides of my girlfriend that should be reserved only for me, shouldn't there? I couldn't really verbalize it to her, and after a bunch of arguing back and forth, we just went to bed.
That sucks.
Yeah.
See, that part's valid. He needs to talk about it with her.
Yeah, there's like that, I guess, lack of validation or something. And so that does kind of suck. And yeah, he's expressing his feelings about it pretty well. For the past few days, we've been in this weird state of limbo where we're going on like nothing happened, but also there's clearly tension. Today I couldn't take it anymore, and I said that we need to talk about it. I said that I understand her hobbies are important. Yeah. I said that I understand her hobbies are important to her, but I am her boyfriend, and there should be certain things that are just for me. I can't go on knowing that she's talking like that to some other guy. So I told her that I support her going on with the games, but I asked that she no longer lock the door and no longer do whatever romantic stuff she does in the game. She
Maybe.
said,
Okay, sorry. Go on. Go on. I have thoughts, but there's a lot, huh?
yeah, this will be the last paragraph
Okay.
of this section. She said, I didn't mind when she talked to me at length about her romance with that Asterian guy in Baldur's Gate.
Say that again.
She said, I didn't mind when she talked to me at length about her romance with that Asterian guy in Baldur's Gate.
Wasn't there a guy who said that his person was, or he or her, they were, it was a girl who said her guy was cheating on her because he was dating Carlock, I think it was.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I remember there was
and
one
the dude
like
was
that.
like
It was so
genuinely
funny.
happy about Carlock's
It was
reaction
so
and
funny.
stuff. Yep.
So funny.
This is the
yeah,
next
didn't he-
level of
yeah,
that.
this is like the next level of that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I told her again that's not the same. I don't mind her playing at romance with a bunch of pixels and being moved by fiction, but that her D&D game isn't just fiction. It's her telling those things to an actual person, and that bothers me, so I want her to stop. She said I was being possessive and controlling and that I can't tell her not to have hobbies or how to behave. I told her that's true, but if she doesn't understand how I feel about this, we might not have a future together. She got angry and said, I'm clearly not in a state to be having this discussion, and we'll talk again when I've calmed down, and went to school. She's getting her master's degree. But in the time since I've been the opposite of calming down, I just get more upset the more I think about it. Clearly, me being upset should at least make her consider stopping, even if she isn't actually cheating outright. Shouldn't my feelings matter on this issue? But also, maybe I'm not being reasonable. Maybe I am overreacting. Help, with an exclamation point. So he is very conflicted. There's that logical part of him that feels like, maybe this is yeah.
Without reading the next part, is it like an update or what is it? Like a conclusion?
There is an update.
Oh my gosh, that is so long.
It's
Holy crap.
Well, there's a bunch of relevant comments.
Oh, okay. You're not gonna read all of those.
Yeah, I'm not gonna read all that.
This is in like Best of Redditor updates. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they put like all of the stuff.
Yeah.
This is kind of funny because it's like nobody's really in the wrong. It's just like what bothers you.
And there are certain things. I mean, yeah, it's one of those like you discover late into your relationship that this is something that bothers someone that normally you don't think should.
If I was doing something like this, would this bother you?
Probably.
Right? Like, I want you to put yourself in this guy's shoes. I'm on these video games or whatever, stuff, talking to people, and you hear me say stuff like, I love you, and have mushy talk.
Right.
Even though I'm doing character stuff.
Right.
Would that feel weird to you? Because it would be like the same as when I'd be like, I love you. Like,
yeah.
It's the same
feel
cutesy
like
I love yous.
I would be bothered by it because I do feel like, I think for me, it's also like you're not always like that.
I'm not very mushy.
No. And so then if you started becoming mushy, but for someone else, even in a fake scenario,
but it wouldn't be like all the time. It would be like on my weekly things. On my weekly things.
That's still a lot.
For 15 minutes out of 4 hours.
I mean, that still feels like a lot. Yeah. I don't know. I think I would be bothered by it. Especially if this is the lead up to this is like locked door for weeks and stuff like that. So that means that this happens repeatedly, right?
Well,
this
I'm only locking the door because you're always invading my privacy.
Yeah, I'm invading your privacy because it bothers me. And so then it becomes, this is now like, then it's a relationship issue, right? And it's like, that's like the rules of cheating changes. I think it's one of those things, right? Is like different couples have different rules of cheating.
Whatever you guys have discussed.
Yeah. And so then this is kind of a unique thing, right? It doesn't come up in normal discussions.
No.
And so that's why it sucks that like it kind of comes up through the activity. And this is where you like learn, okay, this is a thing that I feel like is cheating, but she doesn't feel like it's cheating.
Well, it definitely.
So how do you get through that?
I don't think he even considers it cheating.
I mean,
it feels to him like cheating.
Yeah.
Even though he knows
there's
not.
some technicality of not literally cheating.
But he still thinks she's in the wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a difference between, I think you're in the wrong, and I'm really upset about this, versus, I don't think you're in the wrong, but I'm really upset about this.
Yeah.
And he thinks she's in the wrong.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I don't think she's in the wrong unless
mean,
there's
it's
more
kind
that we're
of
not
like-
understanding.
There's also this, like, it's not necessarily like, I mean, at this point forward, she would be doing it knowing he doesn't like it. But at least at this point, there is this doing it unsure if he'd be bothered by it or not. And that's where I would say she's in the wrong. Because, like, once you start, like, knowing that this is going to, like, bother your partner and still choosing to do it, that's, like, the question of wrong. But he's more of a just like, okay, you did something. I'm clarifying to you right now I don't like this. Like, I really don't like this. And I don't want you to do it anymore. And now she's trying to argue to be able to continue doing it because she doesn't see the problem in it. And so,
yeah, they need to have a sit-in where they find a middle ground.
right.
Because she needs to find a way to go further into her character so that her character doesn't copy what she says to her husband. No, they're not married.
Mm-hmm.
Are they married?
No. They've just been together for 4
her
years.
girlfriend.
So it's
his
still,
girlfriend.
it's a
What am I
long-term
saying?
girlfriend.
She needs to make sure that she is there making a distinction between the types of things that she says in a fake scenario
Versus the
versus
real one. With
him. I think that would really solve everything. If she just didn't say the same types of things that she said to him,
Yeah.
maybe it had a different flavor, or she didn't get so into it.
Yeah. Which that part's hard. Because that's her getting
That's
into
like
it.
part
yeah.
of the funness.
Yeah. Of just like
Yeah.
opening up and pretending. Yeah.
But if she is she doing this with somebody else that he fears she would cheat?
I mean, that's a up in the air. Who knows? Probably not, though. Because it's online friends. So he doesn't even know these people, most likely.
Well, maybe I don't know if he fears that or not, or if it's just the principle of the matter.
Yeah. I think he would have brought that up if he cared about the guy specifically. Or maybe he will bring it up in the update.
Yeah.
However, just a little bit onto comment context. I think overall the comments were still saying, like, yes, you're overreacting. This is still, like, blatantly, simulation type of thing.
Yeah.
But you ended up invading her privacy and then yelling at her about it and all that stuff, and something that she wasn't technically doing wrong. And so his response was like, I admit that I fucked up, and I apologize for, like, being so invasive, maybe being a little emotional. But at the same time, he still stands by, like, he doesn't like the fact that it's simulating a romantic relationship with another person. And so he's kind of still, like, at least in that comment, saying it hurts a lot to still, like, know that that's happening. And so that's why it's hard for him to, like, be okay with it.
Yeah. She needs to make room for his feelings at least a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, I'm not going to say what they should do in their relationship specifically, but, like, you got to have room for your partner's feelings, even if it doesn't completely change everything you do. Like,
Yeah.
at least an effort would show him you care.
Yeah. So, having read the comments y'all gave, I thought I maybe was actually overreacting, and I really did fuck up. Especially helpful, I thought, was a comment someone made about asking her about maybe keeping the door unlocked and being allowed to listen in on a session to get context and learn to accept her hobby and let her still enjoy it without me spiraling, as you said. So when she came home from school, I made apology dinner, homemade pizza from scratch, which is her favorite, and we sat down to talk. She started by demanding an apology because whatever else I had to say, eavesdropping and not trusting her were huge fuck-ups on my part. I agreed and apologized immediately because that was shitty behavior on my part, no question. That helped her be more open to hearing me out. So I said, more calmly and tactfully, that it bothers me that she's simulating romantic love with a person I don't know, in context I don't understand. I said that I can and do apologize for my actions, but I can't change how I feel. That also needs to be discussed. So she asked what I had in mind. I told her that I think trust should go both ways. So me trusting that the game is just a game and it doesn't mean anything is well and good, but in return I'd like for her to keep the door unlocked and let me sit on a few sessions. I promised not to be disruptive, not to overreact or interrupt the game, and to bring up any issues I had privately with her after the game was over. She seemed relieved because she was worried I'd demand she drop the game or break up with her, and said she personally didn't mind, but she needed to bring it up with her group, which I thought was very reasonable. The rest of the evening, though, she was constantly on her phone, constantly getting Discord notifications, and seemed more and more upset. This lasted for literally hours, well into the night, past when I was asleep. I asked if anything was wrong, and she said maybe, but not to wait up, and she promised to tell me everything in the morning. I didn't get much sleep, but I also didn't want to pry too much, having just promised not to. So come morning, when I asked her what happened, since she clearly didn't get much sleep and was clearly nervous, she said she brought it up with the group and reactions were mixed. I'm going to give these people fake names to keep track. So when she brought it up, everyone seemed okay with me listening in except Joe. Damn it, Joe. Joe is the guy whose character she had the romance with. Joe said in their group chat that he wouldn't feel safe acting, they call it role-playing, I guess, when there was a stranger in chat, and wouldn't participate in any game I was present for. This obviously made my girlfriend respond that seeing the relationship between the characters was the whole point of me listening in, to which he said I'm being unreasonable and violating his boundaries by making unreasonable demands. Violating his boundaries.
Wait, the other guy, Joe, said you're violating his... That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. This is already pretty bad in my eyes, but then she told me about the private messages. Ooh, scary.
So Joe's into her, is what we're learning.
That's most likely, yes. After the group exchange, she got 3 messages. One was from Joe. Joe wrote a long, really long message about how much he cared about her and how much it hurt him to see her dim her light to appease a controlling, abusive boyfriend.
I knew it.
Who stifled her creativity.
I knew there were little rats in her ear. I knew there were little rats in her ear.
Yep.
I didn't want to go straight to calling everyone an incel in her chat, but...
Close enough.
That's what he seems like.
Yep.
Okay, do tell.
And how she should be with someone who appreciated her, let her be herself, and shared her interests, and that he was available if she wanted to talk. He finished with a paragraph about how women like her always go for selfish assholes and don't appreciate the wonderful guys all around them. How he felt such a connection with her through their characters, and how could she ignore it? I genuinely couldn't believe I was seeing one of these in the wild. Yeah. I don't usually get secondhand embarrassment, but that shit was so cringe I almost died. Like, I genuinely laughed. I couldn't really be angry. That shit was just so sad.
He's watched too many rom-coms.
Yeah, for real.
At least you didn't go for that kind of thing when you were like my friend coming on to me.
Wait,
that doesn't sound right. Because we started as friends, but you had a big old crush for a long time. And you did not pull the incel card. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
If you had, you'd be single.
How would the incel card work?
The incel card is just like what that guy did. Only...
Girls always go for assholes, and they don't appreciate the real ones. No, yeah. I guess I never
You would
do
have
that.
to have dropped the other asshole thing part. But then you would have come on strong with the other stuff.
Yeah, I would I guess coming on with like girls should go for nice guys. Like me.
I'm like nice. Like I don't know why girls don't go for me.
Yeah.
You know, like you're so. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
like,
that's
why don't
fair.
you date me?
I guess like the general.
I'm right here in front of you. Like what's so wrong with me? Like stuff like that.
Yeah, that part is cringe.
I'm so glad you didn't do that.
You're welcome. I'm slightly sane, only slightly.
You're slightly sane. He went the normal person card of like what did you say? Basically, like, hey, Terry, like, I need to tell you something. He's like, I really like you. Like,
yeah.
I can't drop it. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then I laughed in your face.
Did you? Probably.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
That was during a period where, like, my reaction to any sort of nervousness was laughter.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not, like, trying to, like, laugh at you. But I was like,
yeah.
And then my grandpa was dying. It was a lot.
Oh, yeah. It was around that time.
Yeah, it was 2014.
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Anyway.
No, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess at that point it was building up a lot.
But you weren't doing an incel thing, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah. I didn't like, you should like me. You're required to like me because I'm so nice. Yeah. I just said what I said and hoped you felt the same. And then was said at the
like,
time.
I've always been such a great friend to you. Like, I've always basically been your boyfriend. Like,
I've basically been your boyfriend. Why don't you take me?
Like, look at everyone. Like, everyone already says that we're basically together, which is true.
Yeah,
People
all those,
have been saying
I could have used those arguments to my detriment.
To your detriment?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, to your detriment. But luckily, Royson's not an incel.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
That's so funny. In fact, if anything, you were a volcel.
Oh, what?
Voluntarily celibate.
Oh,
for many years.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I say many years, but you know what I mean.
Anyway.
I just took it to a weird place.
Yeah, let's not bring up new terms. There's more. So obviously Joe like outed himself. But then
he outed himself. His name is Joe.
Yeah. Well, the fake name is Joe. Yeah. She also got messages from Jenny, another player, who said Joe seemed way too invested in the romance for her taste, and she thought those segments were taking up a lot of the game time, which she thought was better used elsewhere. She never said anything because she thought my girlfriend was really into it, but now that it became an issue, she thought she should. She also mentioned she found Joe creepy, which I personally appreciate. I don't know any of these people in real life because it's an online group, but I certainly think Jenny might be my new best friend.
Jenny.
Yeah.
Look at Jenny and coming in clutch for
real.
him.
Finally, there was a message from Mitch, the guy running the game, who said Joe reached out to him demanding I not be allowed to, and this is a quote, violate the intimacy of the group. And he should talk to my girlfriend too to get her to drop me listening in and possibly drop me altogether. I don't even know how or why Mitch would even attempt to do that. Yeah. Basically, even the guy running it was like, yeah, Joe's
This
reaching out
guy
being a
doesn't
freak.
have friends. You can tell.
All this resulted in them canceling the next game as they work it out. My girlfriend didn't respond to Joe yet, but at least she seems relieved that I'm taking this well. I told her, of course I am. I'm not going to be upset over some guy being into her. She's wonderful. Of course guys are going to be into her wherever she goes. The issue I was worried
that's
about.
so sweet.
I mean, yeah, that's real.
I look like I'm crying, but my eyes just watering.
Now you're crying. It's so sweet.
My eyes have been watering a lot lately. I don't know what it is.
Wow. You're just so sensitive right now.
Ugh.
She's wonderful. Of course, guys are going to be into her wherever she goes. The issue I was worried about was that she was into him back. And these messages convinced me that that's clearly not the case. Which seems to have made her feel a lot better. Yeah.
I want to know what she said to this guy. Like, oh, thanks. Cool, bro. Like, thanks.
No, I mean, she hasn't responded to him at all yet. That's what
okay.
Yeah.
When did he send that message to her, bearing his soul? Like,
after.
Right then?
Yeah, right
It wasn't
then.
like old.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was after the boyfriend brought up, like, sitting in. Then the guy's like, no. Yeah, you're invading the intimacy of the group. Yeah.
That's so funny.
We talked a bit more, and she now seems to agree that locking the door in context might have seemed suspicious, and that going forward, our ground rule should be that character dynamics that make her feel like she should lock the door might be the exact dynamics she should make me aware of. While I promised to trust her to tell me these things and not to eavesdrop anymore, and approach her openly about listening in on sessions. Oh, yeah. That's it. Sorry, I said that in a weird way. Yeah, basically, she's going to stop locking the door. He's going to try not to
That's
eavesdrop.
so wild.
Also, the romance with Joe's character isn't going to continue, but seeing how she feels about Joe now, I think I do trust her to do character romance going forward, just to not hide it from me and be selective with who she does it with. Yeah.
Because like he said before, he just wasn't aware of how the whole dynamic works.
Yeah.
And he was picking up on something. And she was just getting so into it. But maybe she did feel weird about it. She just was really into it either way. You know what I mean?
She could, like, I'm sure, yeah, maybe from her perspective, I'm just role-playing. And then he seems to be role-playing. Okay, I'm just going to feed off of it. I'm just going to continue. And she was thinking maybe this guy's thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
And maybe she was coping with that, you know?
Yeah, she's like, what a good, what's the word again?
Yeah, we keep forgetting it. Improv.
Yeah, what a good improvisation partner.
Yeah. But no. That dude was like real life.
Yeah, I figured there might have been somebody on the other end that was too into this.
But yeah. Let's see. I don't know how the Joe situation is going to be handled within the group, but I guess that's up to them since playing with him is obviously going to be very awkward for her. Guess since she doesn't intend to keep up the romance, it doesn't really matter. And then small edit since the situation basically resolved itself now. Joe didn't like being left on red. So he wrote my girlfriend a very rude message about how, I kid you not, she was going to die alone with cats because her asshole boyfriend is going to leave her when she loses her looks. He literally never saw her in person, to be clear. Wow. Uncovering my secret plan, I guess. So she just blocked him and sent a screenshot to Mitch. Joe isn't going to be part of the group anymore. Girlfriend apologized for not recognizing how absolutely unhinged this guy was. We reasserted that any in-game interaction she isn't comfortable having in front of me is probably one she shouldn't be having. Unfortunate. Yeah. That's funny.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
This is a really long story.
Oh, that is.
It's been 30 minutes already that we've been. That's
Maybe
crazy.
only
But there's
one
a
more
lot to
story,
unpack here. I feel
Yeah, there's a lot.
That's so like what I was saying earlier is not really like necessary. Like truly there was something going on and they just needed other people's perspectives too.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is hard to know if your partner's overreacting or if there really is something there. that's like really odd.
Yeah.
So it's good that the other people chimed in.
Yeah,
The girl who messaged like, hey.
It also sucks that like they felt this awkwardness, but they're like maybe they're both into
like,
it. I'm not gonna mess
it was
with this.
probably putting a strain.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm glad that it's all in the open now.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
My gosh, and he knows to trust his gut moving forward.
Yeah.
And he understands how that stuff works now, and he can be more comfortable.
Yeah.
It really helped him to show like she's like, no, like I really am just like, here you go.
Yeah.
Because if she had been weird and secretive about the messages, maybe she was like saying stuff to him back, leading him on.
Yeah.
But like the messages show.
Yeah.
The messages show.
Yeah.
So I think we'll just end it here unless you have any final thoughts.
So yeah, guys, you shouldn't play D&D because that's basically cheating, and that's
it also lets the devils in.
Oh my god, that's going to a whole other. I'm sure there's Reddit stories about that.
I mean, that was the whole satanic panic thing.
Oh yeah,
D&D was a huge satanic panic thing, like back in the day.
Yeah. What's the show that came out, the ghost show or the monster show on Netflix where they also did D&D
Stranger Things?
Yeah, Stranger Things show that off a lot. Yep. D&D is for the devil.
It's for the devil. No, well, it's made of the devil, I guess.
Playing is for the devil. Whatever.
Yeah, I remember everything was the devil's work back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Probably around the time your parents came to the U.S., huh?
Yeah, I'm sure if I was into D&D at all, they'd be real mad about it.
No, yeah, sure. I mean, maybe that's why your parents were really into, like, everything's the devil.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Because of all that crap that was going around, the satanic panic, as they say, everything is the devil. Anyway, we ran really long on this story, but there was a lot here, so I think we'll just end it here, and we'll see you next week. Have fun. If you made it this far in the video, put like little devil horns or something devilish in the comments.
Our comments are gonna look satanic from this.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I don't know, do little devil horns or like something like that.
Or make a D&D reference if you know any D&D references, just for funsies.
Or just write D&D
No,
if you got nothing else.
No, you have to make a D&D reference. Anyway.
I won't understand them unless they're about Astarion.
Wow.
Anyway, goodbye.
Bye.